Are we in pre-stream mode? I think we are now stream. Oh boy. Stream. Oh boy. Oh no, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. That's a bad thing. Stream. Oh, delete that. Oh, okay, there we go. We're streaming. We're live. We're streaming. Oh boy. Okay. Let's wait for some pals to show up, like Merrick. Whoa, stream exists. I know, right? It started before midnight. Ain't that crazy, dude? I can't believe. Okay, we're dropping into the 100s. Okay, we're back to 2000s. Okay, make up your mind. There we go. Wow, we're stream. Stream exists. I can't believe. First, let's crack open a Coca-Cola at like 11:30 at night. I'm zombie. Same, I guess. This is the third Coca-Cola I've had all day. I'm probably gonna become obese. I'm pouring it into my frickin' Subway Super Cup because I can. Don't you just wish you had an infinite supply of soda without consequence? Like, cause like, if you drink a lot of soda, that's basically like you're drinking liquid fat. Or whatever. Conspiracy nuts. I'm pouring it into my Subway. Same. I'm pouring it into my Subway cup. I guess I didn't say cup. Tasty. Let me get my chips. But I love water too much. Oh yeah, you're right. If you love water too much, does that mean you're constantly dehydrated? Because when you're hydrated, water doesn't taste very good. Water only tastes good when you're dehydrated. I got my bag of chips. 2 viewers. Is Zach joining us? Throw Zach in here. Force him in here. He's not offline. He's just doing things on his phone or whatever. Get him in here. Why do you think? Because I'm dehydrated. That's why. Okay, well. Pro tip. Wait, does that mean you go to the bathroom like every 30 minutes? 30 seconds. Every 30 minutes? Because that's pretty much why me and Zach are always dehydrated, is because we don't want to go to the bathroom every 30 minutes. We both try to be hydrated, and it wasn't very fun. I actually only like hydrated myself. I streamed for 2 hours earlier with no breaks. Oh, that's true. I mean, I streamed for 7 with no breaks. So, also, I'm not saying that's healthy, but still, no pee break. Maybe a water break. Well, that's it. Oh yeah, I streamed for 7 hours. Somehow, one time. Don't ask how. Also, I love these chips, man. Miss Vicky's jalapeno. Apparently you can get like a box of 20 of them for $5 at Sam's Club, and I'm gonna do that. I wanted to stream for 12. Glad I didn't. I'm gonna do that. Well, not 12. I'm gonna stream for as long as I can because I need to do that donation stream. Remember? Hospital bill. Are we ready to read book? Is Zach here to enjoy reading with us? Launching book. That's right, you heard. Use iCloud. Okay, I was already using iCloud. Why are you asking me again? Yes, 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 yes. That's a lot of yes. At Zach. Hold on. At Zach. That'll get him. Got him good. We're back to 2. I don't know who 2 is. We were at 3. Too bad I can't check. Okay, I'm yelling at Zach now. Join stream, foo. Alright. Book launch. So how far in you were here for the first one, I think, but you were also like dead like me. And then you were kind of listening to it while raiding. So I don't know how far you actually are. I'll provide a brief summary before we start chapter 3 here. And Zach's having a seizure in chat because he's acute. That's how you say I can't hear you at all, but that's because Discord noises. So forget me. Wait. What? Am I sounding? No, that's bad. I am not sounding. That is something that is not okay. Am my audio proper good? Do I need to be super close to the microphone like this? You what? Okay, I guess that means you can hear me now. Why is your Discord loud? What are you doing? Boy, oh wait, you're playing World of Minecraft. Forgot. Earbud with stream and one ear red. Cool. Guildies, gotcha. World of Minecraft. Alright, so we're reading. Alright, ready? We're on chapter 3 of Brainjack with Brian Falkner. Last time on Brainjack by Brian Falkner, this boy, we already killed 2 houses. Okay. This boy named Sam Wilson was like, "Ayo, LMAO, let me hack." And then his buddy Farg Gas was like, "Ayo, LMAO, I'm obese." And he hacked into Telecomerica, which I guess is a thing that runs things. And he was doing a good job being a villain. And then they found out that, hey, someone's being a villain, so they try to stop him being a villain, but he booked out of there. And then they were like, haha, I'd be gay for you. And then they were like, stop playing. And now we're here. Okay, good summary. Alright, back chapter 3. Oh, and then he successfully evaded the police people looking for who it was, and then now he's at school. And that's when we flip to the new image. The reading image. Chapter 3. Chaos. At exactly 8:59 a.m., as Sam Wilson was walking through the main entrance to his school, nodding at the security guard, who ignored him and smiled at their aggressive-looking guard dogs, which snarled at him. I got a burp. No one heard of that. Alright, so a series of catastrophes. I said series, not hey Siri. Of catastrophes was striking the largest telecommunication company in America. Telecomerica. See how I did that? Oh god, you actually put in Bohij. Yeah, you don't mess with me, or else Bohij. I don't know where I'm going with that. The scrambled database server was bad enough, but two little nasty viruses, the Black Flu and Kamikaze, chewed their way through node after node on the network as system administrators and the antivirus software struggled to contain them. Also, Raiders is a fucking idiot and died. Ha! Are you surprised? I mean, oh no, I can't believe it. I'm sure he was trying his hardest. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, this book does a great job of personifying and visualizing codes and memes. He fell down a fucking ladder. There's all of Red's skill like summed up in one message. He fell down the ladder. Alright, back to this book that I like. Servers had to be shut down and rebuilt from scratch to eliminate the intruders and repair the damage. The Thomas Street facility infected the new Washington, D.C. office, which spread the disease right up and down the East Coast. Disease being virus, computer virus, keep this in mind. East Coast as far as south as Miami, from where it raced across the nation via Albuquerque to San Diego and quickly spreading up and down the West Coast as well. It wasn't simply the internet that went down. Another quick note. Stop buffering. DX. Oh yeah, remember Zach, you can use YouTube. Ha 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 ha. I was gonna say, quick note is that this book was written in 2009, and it says it takes place in what, the near future or near distant? I don't know, one of those. So yeah, apparently we have full neuro headsets and razor thin Toshiba laptops, even. Desu. But people still use cell phones, not iPhonies, which came out 2 years ago when this book was written. Okay, back to book. Something about coasts. Internet was down, although that collapsed in a screaming heap right across the country and many other places around the world as the main U.S. circuits imploded. The internal networks of banks and major corporations used the same circuits. Most had to close their doors. Oh no! TV stations went off the air. Radio stations broadcast static. ATMs all went offline. The stock exchange ground to a halt. Man, this is all what happens when you try to hack your frickin'... This apparently all happened because your boy decided to release 2 crazy viruses just because he wanted Toshiba laptops and a VR headset. I mean, neuro headset. I'm sorry. Cell phones died, basically. The loss of the internet meant that the loss of email, instant messaging like AIM, wow. Cell phones just roamed aimlessly, looking for networks that no longer existed. Text messages sat uselessly in outboxes. Huh? Oh. Outboxes, wow. Dated. Who remembers outboxes? Entire regions lost basic telephone services as the signals found its way into other networks. Some parts of the United States even lost power. Still, nobody died. Oh, well, that's good. There was the occasional injury where the lights went out, and there was some rioting in Los Angeles. What was now referred to as PVPS, or Post-Vegas Panic Syndrome. Oh, there's Vegas again. Note, if you were not here for the last stream, there was apparently an incident in Las Vegas. Okay, that's all you need to know. Back to the book. But there were no fatalities. It took 3 days to sort out the chaos and get America back online. AOL. America Online. So, Able. Oh, hey, we're on chapter 4? What? Was chapter 3 one whole? Oh. Okay, chapter 3 was one whole page. Lit, boys. And girls, maybe? I don't know. Chapter 4. Ursula. The delivery guy piled all the boxes in a stack by the door of Sam's apartments and handed over a PDA. I really hope that this book did not skip any pages. I should probably check. Who wants some intermission music? That's porn. I mean, what? Just kidding. Guys, I'm kidding. Guys, I'm kidding. Guys, don't kill me. I'm kidding. Guys, I'm kidding. Guys, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. No one heard that anyways. Ha. I'm alone. Okay. We'll just, okay, who liked that intermission music? That's the wrong book. I mean, I'm reading the right book. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. Don't attack me. Freaking mean. Am I right? Okay, let's look at this sample roll here real quick. Rude, okay. Back to this. Back to my book, which is clearly the better. Okay, after that intermission, we lost 2 viewers. Just kidding, we lost 1. It was probably Zach, cause, no, he's on YouTube. He's a good boy. Chapter 4, Ursula. Did you say? No, I didn't. No. Hey, that's illegal. You're not allowed to say that. You're a child. That's illegal. What you are doing? No. You're not supposed to. I said. No. No. Oh my God. Chapter 4, Ursula. The delivery guy piled all the boxes in a stack for the door of Sam's apartment and handed over a PDA. You're illegal. I know I am. Why you gotta rub it in like that? Rude. They have been waiting for this delivery for over a week. In the immediate aftermath of the Telecomerica hack, there has been no chance of it. America has been pretty much at a standstill. At least they hadn't lost power, unlike some states. 3 days of darkness, cold showers, and no computers would have been too much to bear, Sam thought. Oh, what a... Bitch, you thought... Oh, wow, you changed your username on... You're no longer Iguguaka. You're no longer Ikamusume. Now you're... the Pentagon. Okay. So, Sam here is a first world problems little shithead. Especially when it was all your own fault, but things had gradually turned to normal. Phones, the internet, deliveries, burps. He felt sweat break out behind his ears as he signed on the electronic screen accepting the goods. It's not that hard to say her name. Ikamusume? You're right. Also, I only like hentai. Ah, right, because you're American. Forgot. So what do you like to read? Hentai! You like how I did that too? That was pretty good, right? If they had gotten away with it or not, this was the time they would find out. But the delivery guy just turned and headed back to the elevators. Cool, said Fargas behind him. And let's get it inside, Sam said, grabbing 2 of the boxes off the top. We've only got a couple of hours before the convention starts. The elevator's door opened as he did so. Louis, the bratty 14-year-old from 602, got out with a couple of his long-haired Guitar Hero friends as the delivery guy got in. Guitar Hero, oh. If there was ever any doubt about whether humankind had descended from apes, Sam thought, Louis was living proof. Ooh. Shots fired. He and his gang clearly hadn't descended as far as most other people. Damn, sick burn. Apes. Racism. Beep. Because my phone's charging, I'm out of power. We have resorted to making your own sound effects. We are living in dark times. But you thought. Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Hopefully that woke everybody up. Maybe that even scared Zach. Who knows? Okay, Louis is obviously an ape, so... Geek alert, said Louis immediately. Nerds in the open! His buddies laughed. Sam ignored him and handed the boxes to Fargas. What you got in the boxes? Louis said. Geek stuff? Are you building a robot in there? He's 14 years old. Build a sound effect workshop. Louis is 14 years old, and I'm making him sound like what? He's 40? Why don't you thump him? Fargas asked. Why don't you thump him? Why don't you thump him? One of Louis's friends mimicked. Ignore him, Sam said. His brain's not developed enough to argue with. He picked up the remaining boxes and shut the apartment door with his foot as Louis struggled with a reply. Your mom gay. Are you building a robot girlfriend? Louis asked loudly in the corridor as the door closed in his face. Can't get a real one. Sam carefully negotiated the narrow and crowded hallway of the apartment with the 2 cartans. What's your mom gonna say about all this stuff? Fargas asked several minutes later. All this stuff was the cardboard boxes, polystyrene. The frick? Polystyrene styrene, and other assorted packages for 2 new laptops, 2 Neurotech Neuro headsets, and a variety of software such as Henty. You can spend it at Walmart. What did I think of that when I heard that voice? Which voice? The 40-year-old, 14-year-old? You can spend it at Walmart. Sam followed. Ooh. Sam folded the last of the large brown boxes, flattened and stacked it with the others against the wall by the window, next to the computer desk with his much older, much slower laptop. The desk itself was tidy, aside from the 3-inch thick layer of lint. I mean dust, not lint. That'd be pretty bad. Still pretty bad, you know. As was the rest of the small bedroom, tidy that is, with shoes arranged in a row inside the closet, perfectly made bed, rows of books, knowledge. Sorted by size and shape on a 3-shelf bookcase against one wall. Wow, knowledge. You are Sam. Oh, you can spend it at Walmart. God damn it. I am Sam. A foot-long Subway sandwich. A foot-long model of Thunderbird 2 sat on top of the bookcase, lined up with the USS Enterprise, the original shape from the original TV show. Very original. Do not steal. Fergus was sitting on the floor. One of the... Oh, God, I don't know what that sound was. No one heard that, though. Fergus was sitting on the floor, one of the new laptops on his knees, and a Neuro headset next to him beside an open bag of caramel popcorn. Corn pop. Mom never comes in here, Sam said. Take off your pants. It's like my own apartment. And my mother hunts moose on Mars with a pop gun, Fergus said, reaching out a hand to the caramel corn. Sam tried not to wince as Fergus put his sticky caramel fingers back on the computer keyboard. Oof. No, really? Hey, dude, this chick is awesome. Is Fergus watching porn already? I mean, what? Fergus said. On Fergus's laptop screen was a picture of a stunningly beautiful girl wearing a Neuro headset. Sam looked at his own new equipment in shrink-wrapped carton, now laid out neatly on his bed. Look up cartons. Okay, that's weird. I never... Shrink-wrapped cartons. Haven't heard that being used in a sense in a long time. He quickly opened and powered up his new laptop, then turned his attention to the other carton. Neurotech Neuro Connection Pack was emblazoned. Wow, words, big words are being used. Not something like Sayuri saying, "Fuck me!" Okay, was emblazoned across the top and say goodbye to your keyboard and mouse, and flashy graphics at the lower right. The shrink wrap disappeared with a couple of strokes of his penknife, and he opened the carton. On the top, in a flat section of the inner package, were the manual and a Blu-ray. Wow. Blu-ray. Of the software. He put that... using Blu-ray discs to install software on a computer. Woo lad. That's how you know they thought ahead. He put them to one side. Below were some cables and other paraphernalia he couldn't identify just yet, and underneath another layer of cardboard was the prize itself. A dildo. He lifted it out and examined it. Oh no, that's not a good line to read right after I said that. It was the first time he had seen a neural headset up close. They were still quite expensive, certainly out of the budget of a high school student, although admittedly they were getting cheaper all the time. It looked most of all like a swimmer's cap. Okay then. Except for the slight protuberances that were the receptors. From each receptor, a thin wire emerged. How did I pass second grade? Oh, right, because I read it. I didn't read out loud. From each receptor, a thin wire emerged, running backwards across the cap to the base of the neck, merging into thick black wire that ended in 4 separate multi-pin plugs, each a different caliber. Under the next layer of cardboard in the carton, he found the... Why can't he just say cardboard box? He's calling it a carton, which is so weird. He found the receptor box, gunmetal gray. It was the size of a box of chocolates. It was the biggest, heaviest thing in the carton. On the rear of the receptor device, there are 4 sockets, color-coded to match the plugs. Okay, never mind. He studied the instruction manual before connecting the cables and plugging the connector into the USB 3 slot on his new laptop. Carton. When did USB 3 come out? Hey Siri. When did USB 3 come out?
I'm on it. Okay. I found this on the web for when did USB 3 come out. Take a look.
Okay, that answered nothing. Brainjack. My name is Cleveland Brown, and I am here to say I just said the words wrong. LOL. Memes. Oh, wait, okay. Copyright to the... Okay, so... I guess... Literally around the emergence of USB 3.0. Funks. Literally around the emergence of USB 3, okay. So, this author tried to be clever. Have you ever heard of the story of... Darth Plague the Wise, Plagueis the Wise, Thinkablob? No. He inserted the Blu-ray into the drive and installed the software. Then, with a growing sense of excitement, he slid on the headset and fell on his face and died. And nothing happened. There was no strange sensation within his skull, no sudden flashes of oneness with his computer, nothing. That's called making love, but we'll get to that later. He... Ignore everything I just said. He looked over to Art Fargus, who was wearing his headset and played some kind of simple game involving airplanes. He loaded the training software and followed the setup wizard. Oh, who remembers setup wizards? I know I do. Agreeing to the terms and conditions without reading them, and selected all the default options like a pro. The Blu-ray drive whirred for a moment and the screen went entirely black, changing resolutions before a face appeared on the screen. It was Freddy Freaker, the young woman from Fargus' computer. She was gorgeous, but with a slightly plasticity, but with a slight plasticity of skin and an unnatural smoothness of movement that showed she was computer generated rather than a real person. Whoever reads terms and conditions, I mean, I did once, and technically you should too, once ever in your life, and that's when you sign up ever, if you ever decide to do so, Google AdSense. That's like the only one you should ever read in your entire life. Well then, Darth Plagueis was a Dark Lord of the Sith so powerful, and I read them once. Okay, so then your second time. Let's see what these comments say. It's Dark Plague Man was the Dark Lord of the Sith so powerful he could use the Force to mitochondria. He had such a knowledge of the dark side he could even keep the ones he cared from dying. That's neat, dude. That's not Zach, though. But hey, good for you, buddy. What's your name? From your boy, 62. Thank you for filling me on the knowledge of Dark Plague Man. For Abs resource packs last week. What's Abs resource packs? Is that for RM Maker? Back to the book. As I wait for you to meme. Hello, she said in a honey sweet voice. Oh, honey sweet. Okay. In a honey sweet voice that was entirely too natural to be simmed. A real person must have recorded the dialogue. My name is Ursula, she said. Hi, Ursula. I'm Sam, Sam responded, knowing that she could not hear him. I'll be your tutor and guide as you discover a whole new way to operate your computer, connect with friends and family, and access the internet. Your brand new neural correction, Ursula said. Do you stream on Twitch or only YouTube? I'm actually streaming on both using Restream.io. Your boy 62. So I'm on both right now, which is why the top left corner you could see we got one viewer on Twitch and one viewer on YouTube, and that would be you. Where was I? Ursula, the honey sweet voice that is actually Arnold Schwarzenegger. You're right, she's awesome, Sam said. Fargus looked over. Reckon she gives private lessons. Oh, that's an innuendo that I didn't get when I was a child. He means sex. Okay, she's not real, dude. Just a bunch of pixels, Sam said. Works for me, Fargus said. Okay, I hate the saids. They don't work too well when you're trying to voice act. Sam laughed. Ha. If she was real, I'd love to meet her. Get in line, said Fargas. Ursula continued. Your neural connection will allow you to put away your keyboard and mouse, and eventually even your computer screen. Interact with your computer simply by using your brain. I feel so special. You're welcome, dude. So yeah, in the chat window, you could actually see the YouTube peeps. You can see the Twitch peeps, I mean. One Twitch peep. My friend, Merk. Alright, where was I? Oh yeah, something about your brain. If you haven't already plugged in and attached your headset, do that now. I'll wait. She said with a beguiling smile, then added, if you need help with any of the equipment, press F1 now. When you're all ready, press enter. Sam did exactly that. Ursula's face shrunk to the top right of the screen, and now she resembled Funny. Where was I? Oops. She shrunk, put the screen, she shrunk, and a graphic appeared, a three-dimensional image of the headset slowly rotating. You are now wearing the latest technology Neurotech 1.2 headset. Embedded sensors detect signals produced by your brain that you know as brainwaves. Sam ran a hand over his head, feeling the slightly raised bumps on the headset. There are 4 main types of brainwaves: alpha, beta, delta, and theta, she said. The ones we are interested in are the higher frequencies but low amplitude waves known as beta waves. I learned about these in psychology. The graph changed to show a colorful chart, a little like a typographical map. Ursula said, "Beta waves are unique to each individual. However, certain patterns are common to all people. By detecting those common patterns and training on neural sensor software to recognize your all individual patterns, it is simple and easy process to control your computer, just with the power of your own mind. If you ever use speech recognition software, this is quite similar process." Her face disappeared altogether, and a screen appeared that looked like a scene out of a video game. The graphics showed a dog standing on a long, winding pathway through a park. Each side of the path was lined with a row of small shrubs. Ursula spoke. "Steer left and right to stay on the path. Concentrate on making the dog move. Focus on the dog and mentally turn it the way you want. When the dog turns to the left, press the L key on your keyboard. L for left. When it turns to the right, press R. This will help train the neural sensor software to recognize your brainwave patterns for left and right." The dog started walking. The path began to curve to the left. Sam focused on the dog and willed it to turn. It didn't. He tried to move the dog with his eyes, as if he could pick up the dog with his gaze. The dog walked into the shrubs and stopped. "Let's try that again." Ursula came back on screen with an encouraging smile. "Imagine you are the dog. You are the doggy, you go woof woof. It is you that is turning to the left or right." Oh, he actually... "Woof," Sam said. Oops. I didn't even mean to call that. That's illegal. The dog reappeared at the start of the path. Sam tried to imagine he was the dog, but still the dog walked into the shrubbery and stopped. "Don't give up, you're doing well," Ursula lied cheerfully. "Press enter to try again." 10 minutes later, he was starting to get sick of Ursula and her happy attitude. That's 2 happies, by the way. That wasn't a mistake. A couple of times the dog had flickered a bit, as if it was trying to turn one way or the other, but that was the best he had achieved. "Try again," she kept saying. "I hate dogs," Sam growled. "I know what your problem is," Fergus said. "What?" "No detectable brainwaves." "I'm starting to wonder," Sam said. "Try turning your whole body. That's what worked for me at the start." Sam stood up at this. That was all Fergus, by the way. Sam stood up this time and simply turned his whole body to the left. To his utter amazement and no small relief, the dog turned hard left and crashed into the shrubs on the other side of the path. Sam stabbed at the L key. Do I have the sound here? I do not. Golly gosh, I don't have the but sound, so let's just pretend I said. Oh, my phone's all the way over there too. Ursula's face appeared for a moment on the screen with a huge smile. "Good work," she said and winked. "I think she fancies you," Fergus said. "I have that effect of women." Wow, what a player. It's over. I'm free. Hey, Merrick, welcome to Alexis Tries to Voice Act a Book. We also have our friend on YouTube. Oh wait, no, he's gone now. Okay, he left. He felt he felt special, and then he didn't feel special anymore. We will honor him, okay? We'll even say your boy 69, 62. Oops. We honor your commitment that you just showed up out of nowhere. Alright, where were we? He stabbed. I think she fancied you. Fergus laughed and he filled his mouth with caramel cone. He's what a fat ass. Sam tried again, turning to the left or the right, and found that he was able to keep the dog on the winding path for quite long periods. More importantly, though, after he had pressed the L and R keys a few times, he realized that he had no longer had to turn his body physically to make the dog turn. If he just thought about turning, the dog moved in that direction. After a few minutes of doing this, he was still half amazed that it was actually working. Ursula reappeared with a few thoughts of her own. Looks like you got the hang of left and right. Now let's try up and down. There can only be one. I'm the last man standing. Mark, the reigning champion of the live streams. By the way, if you missed the part where Ursula was supposed to have a honey-toned voice, so she was supposed to sound sweet. We just ended up making her sound like Arnold. But it's fine. The graphic this time was a small airplane flying through a cloudy sky. Sam pressed enter and the plane flew straight into the nearest cloud and exploded. Nice, Fergus said. Sam ignored him and started over. This time, it took him just a few tries to get the hang of it, maneuvering the biplane up and down to keep it in the sky blue sky part of the screen between the clouds. As he flew on, the clouds grew thicker and larger until there was just a narrow path between them. It took him a couple more times before he could really master it, dodging up and down to keep it in the blue. As he flew farther and farther, he noticed the plane was speeding up. The clouds came faster and faster until there was little more than a blur across the screen. Still, he dodged them, flicking the little plane around the sky until it at last emerged into a bright, cloudless sky, which gradually dissolved into Ursula's cheerful face. Well done! Now let's put it all together! Mark streams him going insane while listening to Still read a book. Female Arnold. Yeah, boy. The third game had a fish swimming through hoops in the ocean. He moved left and right and up and down to aim the fish through the hoops. Again, the game got harder the hoops getting smaller, the fish getting quicker. He completed the test on the first try. We better get going, he said, looking at his watch. Oh, we'll miss the convention. Just a few more minutes, Fergus said. You gotta try this Neuro Doom. Doom? Doot? Moom. It's awesome. Hey, you should tell Zach about Neuro Doom. He'll love it, probably. Doot. Sam looked at his friend's screen. Fergus was operating the computer with his eyes shut, moving around inside a virtual reality game, armed with a shotgun. Don't get addicted, Sam laughed. No chance, Fergus said. Die, monster, die. Come on, Sam insisted. Fergus reluctantly removed his headset and closed his laptop. Sam glanced back into the room before closing the door behind them. The webcam sitting on the top of his old laptop on the desk by the window was aimed at the door, as if it had followed them out the room. The last time he had looked at it, it had been pointing straight ahead. Hadn't it? Oh damn, Mark. What do you think happened? Is he freaking out? Is it just his imagination? Or did the camera actually move? Chapter 5. Apparently this is where I stop when I try to read the book again, because I have a bookmark right here. Neat. Right? Bookmarks? Any bookmarks? Oh, I have a lot of bookmarks. What the heck? Ah, okay. Is he dead? He's totally dead. Chapter 5. and geeks. The graffiti-covered door of the old warehouse opened and shut quickly as another Darth Vader entered. Oh. Across the road, Sam checked his watch. Shame, alright. Okay, I gotta figure out a solid voice to give Fargas, so that way I don't have to keep saying character said this, character said that, because we already know Sam is nasally. I think he read too much. Oh, wait. Platinus World. Hello, Platinus World, who are you? Also, who's dead? I think you read too much. Where am I? What's going on? Oh! Am I still on air? Why does Platina World... Oh, hello. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hey, hello, friend. Yes. Am I still on air? Yeah. I think you read too much. I can never read too much. Also, welcome to the stream. Tan. Yes, I can read English properly. Also, I feel dead. No, you don't. What voice should I give Fargus? Give me something. Cause Sam is nasal, man. Where's Zach? Zach's the one that died. He's a loser. Let's voice him like Zach because he smells. Okay. Also, I'm sorry I couldn't read your name properly. World. Because my screen is very far away from the thing. Plantanian World. Hello. And welcome. We must have at least one Sayuri and everything. Alright. Fargus is not going to be Sayuri. I'll tell you that right now. That's a certainty right there. Give me something for Fargus while I continue reading, okay? Sam smiled. You have been to one of these conventions before? Fargus asked. Nah, Sam said. Yeah, I've always wanted to go to DEF CON in Las Vegas, but they stopped holding it after... ... He didn't need to continue. DEF CON was the huge international hackers convention, which is... DEF CON is also... I like Bofsugi. Who doesn't like Bofsugi? What was I going to say? I like how they're calling DEF CON. That's funny. DEF CON is like the United States like panic level of oh god we're gonna die, and here it's at an international hacker convention. Okay. It had been held every year in Las Vegas, but the last one had disappeared from the face of the earth, along with most of Las Vegas, in a terrible nuclear cloud. Oh. It had... Oh, I think they're going to talk about Las Vegas now. I wonder what happened in Las Vegas. Do my very indecisive voice for Yuri, because why not? I forgot what that was like. Memes. Because remember, I like watched VOD this one time. And then I couldn't watch the stream today yesterday because I was suffering at the mall. Las Vegas apparently exploded into a nuclear bomb of death. Right. It had happened on a hot summer's day. A cloudless sky. A light plane on a regular charter flight had touched down in the shimmering tarmac of the runway. And then... obliteration. The airport, the Las Vegas Strip, and most of the city. Gone in a flash of blinding light. Heaven help the perpetrators, Sam thought, if the United States ever found out who was responsible. Okay, so... Right, so Las Vegas is referred to as an event that a plane landed, and apparently the plane was a nuke and destroyed Las Vegas. Okay, important detail. Keep that in mind. Got it? Good. Some in the hacking community thought it was a conspiracy by the CIA to eliminate hackers, but Sam thought that was unlikely, even for the CIA. The world is going to hell. The world is going to hell on a high-speed train, if you ask me, Fergus said, shaking his head. And there ain't nothing nobody can do about it. Sam checked his watch. Time to go in. It's about to start. Turn off night shift or also fall asleep in my chair. I'm really not sure, dude. I'm starting to feel like an idiot, Fergus said. And the trick is to make them feel more stupid than you, Sam said. And how is that gonna happen? Fergus asked. Don't speak to anyone. If they corner you, just act all superior and say something like, talk to me when you lose the training wheels. Talk to me when you lose the training wheels, duckweed. Fergus tried out in the Clint Eastwood accent. I don't know what that is, because I haven't. Ain't nothing nobody. Yep, I read that right. It literally says, and there's ain't nothing nobody can do about it. Yep. I wish I could say that wasn't grammatically correct. Too bad it is, I guess. She started very formal and almost with a British accent, and then earlier she did. Oh, okay. Hello, I am Fogass, and my name is very, very unfortunate because I have gas in my name. Something about training wheels, Clint Eastwood. Sam laughed, ho, and said, and no matter what happens, don't tell anyone about the hack we pulled off in America. Got it? What's the point in visiting a hacker convention in a couple of days after pulling off the hack of the year if you can't tell anyone? Fergus asked. Fine, he's Brit now, okay? You tried so hard. What did I try? Ooh. Sam laughed and then said, again, I repeat, Fergus asked. Sam repeated. I laughed. I drank my soda. Delicious. I ate a chip. Chip break. You think the FBI can't slip an undercover agent in among the freaks and geeks? Sam asked, pulling a C-3PO mask out of his backpack. He slid it down over his face. That's hot. I'm leaving, Fergus said. Stay, it's cool. Just don't tell anyone it was us, Sam said. Fergus stretched the elastic of a Tonto mask over his head and said, what do you mean, us, white man? You must so genius, think I try so hard. The fan's so unbearable, narrated by himself. Van Stalin read a book. But was he really reading the book? He flips the page to the left, but actually flips it to the right, thinking he's going to progress the narrative, thinking he has control over himself, but he doesn't. Okay, so next page. A few more people drifted in, and the convention got underway. Not with a fanfare or a formal announcement, but simply in the groups of people that converged around the various computer workstations. Ah, I can smell the nerds. Wait a minute. Ignore everything I just said. I accidentally skipped the page. Sam took off the back off his cell phone and removed the battery and SIM card and made sure Fargus did the same before they made their way across the road to the warehouse. DEF CON had a big, glamorous 3-day affair with huge competing sound systems, overseas speakers, competitions, giveaways, and even a formal dinner. Cool. NeoHackCon was another story altogether. By the way, the A in NeoHack is actually the address sign, or the @ sign. So, NeoHack. Flipping the book to the left would mean... No, I meant the page. I didn't mean the book. My bad. Also, NeoHack. What do you think? Pretty cool, right? Alright, back to the book. Another story altogether. A convention that Sam had heard whispers about, but had never been close to until now. A convention for the elite, the discreet, the dark figures who move through the shadows of the internet. Hidden, encrypted 3 times over, in the code of an email about DEF CON had been... Hidden, encrypted 3 times over, in the code of an email about DEF CON had been the address of the website. A highly secure website. Hack into into that website, and you found the date, time, and location of NeoHackCon. If you weren't smart enough to break the codes and hack the website, then you weren't invited to the convention. It was that simple. Cool. There were 2 guards just inside the door. They were part of the door. Wow. Clean-cut, broad-shouldered men with Marine-style haircuts. Higher security. They looked serious, and they looked mean. The guard stopped them with raised hands. Oof! Are you a law enforcement officer or in the employ of government departments? Even any? The first man asked. He said it as if reading by rote. A muscle on the side of his jaw twitched as he spoke. Sam shook his head. Would you admit it if you were, he thought. I didn't hear that, the man growled. No, Sam said. Are you a representative of the news media? The second man asked. No, Sam said again. NeoHack, Mark. That's how the convention is spelled. NeoHackCon. With an @ symbol instead of a proper A. They turned to Fargus. Are you a law enforcement or in the employ of any government department? Talk to me when you lose the Fargus began, but stopped when Sam kicked him in the ankle hard. No, Fargus said. They entered a large storeroom lined with unusual storage racks. It was dusty, decrepit, and smelled faintly of sawdust and machine oil. 30 or 40 were milling around a row of computers at one end. Behind them, a data projector was casting blue nothing onto a large screen. So this was NeoHackCon. It doesn't show up properly on Twitch. Oh, it's just at... Ooh, okay. Well, it's literally... Neo, like, you know, my son, Neo Scoops. So Neo and then hack, but the A is replaced by the @ sign. That's they're trying to be cool kids. So this was NeoHackCon. Everyone wore a disguise or a face covering of some kind. Some people wore masks, Buzz Lightyear and Darth Vader being the 2 most popular. Sam noticed one. Did Toy Story movie come out during this time? I wonder. Sam noticed one person had his face entirely swathed in band-aids, like a mummy, with just a slit for his eyes. Others hid their faces with makeup. To their left was a tall, strong-looking punk, his head clean-shaven, his face painted into a grinning skull. He wore torn jeans that seemed to be held together with chains and safety pins. That's hot. And a leather t-shirt. A leather t-shirt covered in zips? 2011 was weird. 2009, I mean. This was written in 2009 and then published in 2011. Got it? Good. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore. This is weird. This hurts my face hole. A tattoo of a biohazard symbol on his denim. Did I read that right? I did not read that right. I skipped a line. He wore torn jeans that seemed to be held together with chains and safety pins and a leather t-shirt covered in zips. A tattoo of a biohazard symbol on his forehead, oh that's nice, was not quite concealed by the white face paint of the skull. He stood with a girl in a denim miniskirt, hot, and a low-cut white vest, hot, with a tattoo of intertwining dragons down one arm, hot. Her face covering, incongruously, was a lacy wedding vial. Freaks and geeks, Sam thought. Freaks and geeks. Now we're on the page that I accidentally went to. A few more drifted in and the convention got underway. Not with a fanfare or a formal announcement, but simply in the groups of people that converged around the various workstations, computers even. One of the larger groups was congregated around the mummy. Sam heard the word Telecomerica. He motioned for Fargus to follow, and they wandered in that direction. Sam found himself standing behind the skull-faced punk, unable to see. He moved to stand behind the rock chick bride. But there's no way to beat the IPsec on the model firewall without setting off the zone alarm, the mummy was saying. Oh, the mummy speaks. Of course the mummy speaks. So even if they used malformed TCP packets to exploit a vulnerability in the firewall and made it into the DMZ, they've been shut down before they could infiltrate any further. That's me old bleeding point, Skullface said emphatically, stabbing a finger into the air. He was English, Sam thought, judging by his accent. Maybe even a London Cockney. So I guess that made him sound almost a little bit Irish. So we found our British man. So Fargus can't be British. Oops. Although I don't think Skullface is gonna last very long. Maybe this is just, who knows. It couldn't have been an act. It ain't possible. It was an inside job. Some rogue trader with a grudge. So if it was an inside job, a kid in a rubber rooster mask began, then it ain't worth discussing, Skullface said. Some muppet on the payroll letting go a couple of wet farts ain't what we're here for. You don't know it was an inside job, Sam said quietly. Ain't no way in from the outside, Skullface half turned to Sam's face. Sam? Am I doing a good job, Mark? End of bleeding story. Any network can be hacked, Sam said. There was a moment of silence. Oh, that's a typo. There was a moment's silence. I guess that's accurate. Rock Chick Bride said, "Oh, he's cute. Can I keep him?" Sam glared at her through the C3 mask. Who's reading right now? I have to read ahead. Okay, still calls school. I suppose you could have hacked them too if you felt like it, Skullface grinned and there was laughter from somewhere in the crowd.
If I had to, Sam said.
Oh please, Rock Chick Bride said. I'll promise I'll look after him. She's not Sayuri, okay? Not yet. If we ever even reach a Sayuri. Even if you got past the DMZ, you'd set off these zone alarms, the mummy said.
Yeah, said Sam. But what if the hacker used a signal extender to pirate a wireless station and bypass the whole DMZ, run a network analyzer, rainbow crack the SAM file, and he'd have owned the network?
He shut his mouth abruptly. There was another short silence. Come back when you lose the training wheels, Muppet, Skullface said. Oh, got him.
Waste of freaking time, Sam said.
He whirled and strode off. He made it almost as far as the door. Fargus at his heel when Skullface came up from behind him. Hold up, script kiddie. Hey, LMAO. Hey, it's cool. Sup, dude? I'm reading a book with my friend Merrick and Plant World. And another person who's also here. Mark, am I still doing a great job? I don't know if I'm still doing a great job. I feel like I just messed up a lot of words. But hey, we got apparently a Scottish dude who's actually supposed to be English. Who's Mark? I'm dead. Alright. Hey, Dad, am I doing a good job? Chip break. Lily. Sam. Alright, well, right there. Sam turned back. His flinch clenched as Skullface and his Rock Chick Bride approached. Back off, duckweed, Fergus said behind him. Skullface moved close and spoke in a low voice. I was just winding you up. I wanted to see what you got. More than you got, ass wipe. Oh, got him, Fergus said. Just chill, monkey boy, Skullface said then to Sam. You could be right about that Tech America job. Sam looked at him for a long moment, then shrugged.
It's just a guess.
It was a good guess, but then most of them would be capable of. He jerked his head back behind him. You want to go to Neo Hack? Been there, done that, Fergus said. Oh, alright, got the voice of Fergus. Christopher Walken. When in doubt. Fergus said, look, been there, done that, looking around the old warehouse. Ain't buying the shirt. Skullface made that macabre smile again. This ain't new. This is just a weeding out party. Just a bunch of Muppets who were lucky enough to crack the code in the invite. Rockchick Bride moved up beside him. A sneer appeared to be permanently attached to her lip. Skullface continued. You want to go to the real Neo Hack? You got to earn it. Think you're up to it? Sam felt his fists unclench.
Where's it held?
He asked, intrigued despite himself. Rockchick Bride shook her head. They'll never get in. It ain't anywhere, Skullface said. Think about it. Why would a bunch of serious hackers put on silly masks and compare weenies in an old... compare weenies. I'm an adult. In an old warehouse. The real convention NeoHatCon is online. Tonight, starting at 9 o'clock, the best of the best from all around the world. You gotta hack your way in to prove you got what it takes.
Where? Sam asked again.
Out of your league is where, Rock Chick Bride said. Skullface grinned evilly. We're meeting for dinner where the president lives. If you make it, it's going to rock your world.
Chapter 6. I actually need sleep, so, Oh!
But we just made it to chapter 6. We just made it a chapter. There's only like 2 chapters. There's 1 page, 2 page. There's 2 pages of chapter 6. Back. Fine. Do we stop it? Do we stop now? Good progress. Thanks. I need sleep. More important. This is very true. Sleep is more important than you even package tomorrow. Alright, it's now the 16th. Tomorrow is your birthday. Alright then. On to Planet Force we go. Ending off with Robbie. Alright, thank you for watching. Off back to Planet Force we go, everybody. Goodbye.